high as shit. So I was laughing out loud like a hyena the whole time.
That is great.
I don't know if I watched it sober, if I would laugh as hard. I don't know, and I don't care. I don't want to know. Do you know how many women's rights activists it takes to change a light bulb?
How many?
None. Them bitches can't change shit.
Welcome to Two Gaming Dudes.
Weird! The Al Yankovic story.
Man, this one is just near and dear to me. Weird Al Yankovic. First concert I ever saw.
At the Science Center.
Yeah.
The Michigan Science Center.
I think they're talking about us. No way.
And ended up seeing him there, and then later I saw him again at the Palladium.
Which is a bowling alley.
Yes. And he actually came out and said, well, it was my lifelong dream to perform in a bowling alley. Here we go. And then I did a thing. And then 2 more times after that, and each time the venue kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And yeah, I've just always been a fan.
Of course. So this film, I fucking loved it.
I
loved it. It was so stupid. It was great.
I'll be honest. I was expecting something like UHF. I was expecting something that was just going to be. Yeah.
I was expecting a legit, sincere biographical film of like him making his way through the music industry. People like, this is dumb. It's not going to work. Like the legal issues and fighting for rights and artists mad at him and him being, no, come on, I'm onto something. This is funny.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be real.
It is nothing like.
No,
it is not what I thought. It is not what he thought. It is.
But it's fucking great.
It is some weird hybrid of the two ideas, actually.
Yeah, I don't know what genre of film this is. Is it a spoof of biopics?
Yes. This is a parody of a guy who does parodies of other people.
I guess.
I don't know how much more meta you can get. I love the fact that it is just told so straight.
Yeah.
And so serious. And it is not.
Yeah, Radcliffe is fucking fantastic. He takes it. He's like, give me the reins. I know what to do with this. And he does. He knows exactly what to do with it. It was great.
Like, hey, you're done with Harry Potter finally. You don't ever have to do Harry Potter again. Yes. All right. Let's do just the weirdest shit I can find so people won't always associate me.
Oh, this fucking...
Whatever. People know him. Just so people won't associate me with Harry Potter for the rest of my life. So that's when he did like the guns akimbo with guns duct taped to his hands and like other weird shit.
Well, I know the story of how he got cast in this. They'd been looking for actors and everybody was turning it down. And it came to Radcliffe and he's like, I can't play Weird Al. Nobody's going to buy it. And then he read the script. He's like, oh, I can do this. He knew, just from reading, he knew exactly what it was. He's like, I know exactly what to do with this. I'm on board.
That's fantastic.
Great, yeah. So he was down for it. In full disclosure, I should say, when I watched this, I was high as shit. I mean, high as shit. So I was laughing out loud like a hyena the whole time.
That is great.
I don't know if I watched it sober, if I would laugh as hard. I don't know, and I don't care. I don't want to know. I don't want to know, because this is most likely Weird Al's last major project.
Well, that would explain the text I got from you that night that just said, Weird Al tits. It just said tits, and I'm like, Weird Al tits? What is that?
I said the new Weird Al movie is fucking tits.
Oh. I'm pretty sure you were really high, and it just says Weird Al's tits.
Maybe.
But...
Maybe. Either way,
yeah.
If so, I want that to be my last memory of Weird Al.
This right here?
Laughing like a hyena.
As well it should. I watched it completely sober, and I also laughed out loud.
Okay, then.
It was fantastic. It was hilarious. It was so much of not what I was expecting.
I watched it with Beetroot. Beetroot is 13.
Okay.
So some of the jokes he didn't quite get. And I have to explain, okay, well, Michael Jackson was, his first big hit was, okay, whatever. He was laughing out loud like an idiot too. I was so high that I was thinking to myself, oh my God, what could be more funny than this? I know. What if we tacked on some Steve Martin on top of this? And so I had this playing, and then I had my phone playing Steve Martin doing like King Tut at the same time.
Oh, no.
And I'm laughing like a nut. And the 13-year-old was like, Dad, get a fucking hold of yourself, you fucking asshole. Do you know who played the dad?
I recognize him, but I don't know what movie he's...
He's the Wiz from Seinfeld.
That's great.
Everybody loves the Wiz, and nobody beats my prices, because I'm the Wiz.
I'm the Wiz! I'm the Wiz!
What about your fact-checking job?
Oh, here's the fact. I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz and...
Awesome. He was another one. He's like... perfect casting. He knows exactly what this is. He knows exactly what to do with it.
There's a lot of amazing
Bravo.
perfect casting.
Oh, God, everybody's a celebrity.
So there's a moment at a pool party where you meet a bunch of celebrities, and it's just a bunch of actual actors playing celebrities
From
of
the
other
80s,
characters.
Yeah. Like, okay, that's Elvira and Pee-wee and Alice Cooper. What the fuck? Because, sure, it was a Hollywood party.
Absolutely, why not? And the fact that everybody showed up in character, even better.
You know what? I laughed the hardest at two different scenes. Where he's at the restaurant with Madonna, and the waiter, here's your fillet, sir. And he's, and he just knocks it down. I died laughing. And then the bar scene where the punk rock band goes up, and in the background it's Patton Oswalt. He goes, "You guys suck!" I just laughed like an idiot. It's fantastic.
That was fantastic. A lot of little hidden gems and hidden Easter eggs, and you really got to watch, and you really got to like know some of the stuff that went on in the 80s to really catch on to some of it. But
or even before that, I'm willing to bet you didn't get the reference where he's, "You want me to pull it out? I'll pull it out," and he takes out the accordion and the guard jumps him. You didn't get that, did you?
I did not get that one. No.
That is a direct play on The Doors when Jim Morrison pulled out his dick on stage,
Which is why he was on stage shirtless
and the red lights, and they're playing Doors tunes in the back. He's like, "You want to see it? I'll whip it out right here on stage." And the cops jumped on stage and beat the shit out of Jim Morrison.
Wow.
That was a direct joke on that.
That's fantastic.
I mean, so much of it is these tiny little, beautiful.
On top of this, after you see this, I then recommend looking up some of the interviews that went on with Weird Al and Daniel Radcliffe on all of these different talk shows, because then it gets into some of the background stuff, and that's also funny. So did you actually have like a relationship with Madonna? Like, were you and Madonna close or something? And he goes, "I met her at one concert backstage for like 10 minutes." And I was like, "Can I do a parody of your song?" And she was like, "Eh." And then she walked away, and I had to like ask someone else. And that was it. And of course, she's like a major part of this movie.
Did you see the part at the awards show where he wins and Prince doesn't win?
Yes.
That's another long time joke, because Prince always said no. For his entire life, every single that Prince put out, Weird Al's people would reach out and say, "Can we do it?" And Prince would always say no.
Huh.
Always. That's why Prince was there looking all pissy that he didn't win. Another brilliant, genius inside joke that
Tiny little cut.
10% of people might have got. But for those of us that got it, was like spot on, bravo.
Fantastic.
It's full of shit like that.
By the way, the Al Yankovic bump that they talked about is a real thing. I didn't know that. Well, I mean, I kind of figured, because I remember them when they used to talk about, if Weird Al does a parody of your song, your sales are going to double. That's actually true.
You could get a bump.
Yeah, if
Not
Weird Al
anymore,
did
but...
Well, I don't know. Maybe there's
maybe
some
now.
songs I've never heard of, and then I hear the Weird Al one. I'm like, "That's really good." Is that a parody of something? And I look it up, and I'm like, "Oh shit, that's a real song. I didn't even know."
Let me steal that on iTunes.
Well, one of them was just awful. It was I love the Weird Al one, especially the music video of it with the Trapped in the Drive-Thru. It's like this 11-minute long epic saga of music, and it's all brilliant. And then I found out that's a parody of another 11.5-minute song about some dude trapped inside a closet while his wife is banging some dude. And I listened to a little bit of that, like 30 seconds of it, and was like, "Oh, this is awful. I can't." But,
But the Weird Al one,
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't
All
mess
day.
with that.
That's great.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I'm so happy with this movie.
So am
So
I.
happy.
It's very, very good.
The only it left me wanting a legit Weird Al biopic.
Oh, and actually knowing, like, seriously,
Like, tell
what
me,
the hell was
really,
your life like? Was
but,
it?
But we know he had an idyllic childhood.
Yeah. He was...
Grew up in like Thousand Oaks, California. His parents were loving, supportive, great people. He had a great childhood.
His dad was, like, a polka king or something, wasn't he? Like, really into polka?
No.
Or...
I don't think so.
I thought his dad was into polka for some reason. Maybe I'm not.
No, there was another guy named Frank Yankovic who's an accordion player.
Oh, no.
He was like a legit polka player. And so when
And, like, no relation to him at all?
when he had to take music lessons at school, she's like, well, it's either jazz guitar, polka, or accordion. And his mom was like, just take accordion because you already have the name Yankovic. Yeah.
That's great. I did not know that either.
So, a story about his childhood would be kind of boring. Because he had a great childhood. He went to college. He became an architect. He holds a degree in architecture.
Huh.
He's an educated man. And then he just started making music, and it worked. There's really not much. So this is better.
Yes. This is much better. I much prefer to think this is how it actually happened.
Yes.
And then, he tragically passed away in 1985.
Man, Radcliffe got jacked for this film, man.
Yeah, he did.
Great physique. I want to see what his steroid cycle was like. Maybe Derek will do a natty or not video on him.
Maybe. All right, so this movie, totally worth it. Definitely check it out. It's free on the Roku channel because it's a Roku original. What? Roku?
Sure, why not?
I mean, I guess, sure.
My 13-year-old said, this is one of the best movies of the year. So I know it wasn't just me.
If this is actually up for some kind of an award, like a legit award, would that not be fantastic?
It makes me wish I was still on the nominating committee.
Oh, yeah.
But I haven't paid my union dues in like 10 years.
Oh, they're not.
So I'm not on.
they're
They
not
don't
gonna
ask me
take
anymore.
No, they're not going to take your vote. All right. Leave some comments down below. I want to know not only if you saw this or not, and if you liked it or not, but I want to know if you are a Weird Al fan. You gotta be. Who the hell isn't? I've met like one person ever who wasn't a fan, and I hated that guy.
If you're not, and you watch this, you will be.
That's
You're gonna go back and say, I got to look up this guy's catalog.
Yeah. And he's really good.
Yeah,
He's really
he's great.
good. All right, that's all we got. We'll
all we
catch you in
got.
another
That's all we need.
episode. That's all you need.
I know.
Bye.
Oh, God.